So here is the Chook Run Empire, which I started building about 18 months ago, so it's had quite a lot of time for the plants to grow up, etc. You can see we've got these Hardenbergia climbers climbing up the side and onto the top, and quite a lot of vegetation growing around the edge of the run, which, as well as looking good, gives the chook something to do pecking at it through the wire. Now this, I put quite a lot of thought into fox proofing this run, so the top is entirely covered over with wire, and then at the bottom the wire continues maybe 15 to 20 centimeters into the ground and then out to about 30-40 centimeters in the outward direction, and then that was covered with a layer of rock, of broken rock, and then buried, and then below that, we're fortunate with the geology here, it is sort of solid clay below that, so you'd have to be a very, very enthusiastic fox to dig under there. Probably not impossible, but hasn't been a problem so far. I was also careful, so this door latches in the middle, but I was careful to make it that you can't push the bottom too far, because that would be another easy spot for a fox to push through. Hello, mind if we come in? So these chooks over here are not part of the tour, that's actually a different chook shed, they're just the neighbours. So I put another latch on the inside so that you can lock yourself in here so the door doesn't blow open. And got quite a few plants growing in here. This one here actually predates the Chook Run, and the Chook Run was built around it. Same with this young eucalypt here, which goes up through the top. Will hopefully turn into a much larger tree one day. That's a feijoa, which will hopefully one day bear fruit and drop the fruit, and the chooks can eat that as well. Yeah, I'm trying to talk. So we've got a few spots for the chooks to perch outside. They like to, you know, get up on there and enjoy the view and pretend to be dramatic predators surveying their realm. Another one over in that corner there. That post in the corner is cemented into the ground, but it started leaning a bit, so I've wedged that in there. Again, as well as looking good, these plants provide a bit of shelter for insects, which the chooks can scratch around and catch as a bit of extra food, like she's doing just there. I've also made these tubs, which I planted just some green manure seed in, and then put chicken wire over the top, which means that the chooks can slowly nibble the plants off above the wire without actually completely pulling the plants out. So it's sort of a perpetual thing. The plants keep growing and the chooks keep nibbling the top off, so it gives them a bit of greens. And you've always got to have somewhere in a chook run that is dry and dusty so that the chooks can dust bath. And that is under here mostly. You can see there's a real bowl there of dust that they've dug out, and they actually go all the way under there. Obviously the wire continues down there too. And when it's dry, at the moment it's quite muddy, but when it's dry they also dust bath in all sorts of other places. These chickens are quite fancy. They have a Venetian blind there. Now I've just put new sawdust in here and they've already kicked it into their water. This is the chicken operated food dispenser, as demonstrated on Gardening Australia. And in here is the nesting box, which is a separate thing, so it can be taken out to be cleaned. It has easy access for removing chickens and eggs. This is Eagle, who is not laying an egg, she's just broody, she's just sitting in there. What do you think? And then we have two different heights of perch in here so that the chickens can sort out their pecking order and decide who deserves the better perching spot. One of them also quite likes to roost on there. And this is a drawbridge, which this building used to be in a different run where this led into a different section, so you can close that up and lock it if you need to. Not that we really need to anymore. So the chooks always have access to this run. I've taken that door off permanently there because the whole thing is fox-proof, so there's really no reason to lock them in to their shed at night, which is great because they can get up in the morning and start doing whatever they want whenever they feel like it. So they always have access to the space and the dust bath, they always have access to their food and water, and they always have access to vegetation as they do an extra diet. Just going to demonstrate the drawbridge? No? The end.